So hello, it's good to see all of you amazingly beautiful people here. And thank you for coming and to the listening party for In My Head, the new album from Strays of the World. So can everybody hear me just fine? Everybody can hear me? All right, cool. Very nice. Well, first off, Strays of the World has been something kind of in the making for I would say most of my life. If you don't know, it's a name of one of my all-time very favorite Prince songs by the legendary Prince, one that is often overlooked, in my opinion. But it's kind of all about bringing people together through music. So I told myself pretty much as soon as I heard it, back in the mid 90s, I said, if I ever had a band, that's what I would call it. I would call it Strays of the World because it's a cool name and it evokes everything that I want out of the music that I would want to create. And of course, I tried for a long time to actually make music and the guitar, and I judged myself a lot because it didn't really work out. It didn't click in my brain exactly right. I used to play trumpet when I was a kid, so I was like, how much harder could that be logistically? It should be just the same, but it wasn't. And, but what ended up happening was I ended up picking up piano much later on, and that kind of made everything click a little bit more, and I was able to kind of it was off to the races essentially. I was able to take that and move forward into learning other types of instruments and music theory and all of those things. So In My Head is the first of many albums to come, and it's essentially a roadmap to Eloy. That's me. Hey, everybody. It brings with it a few different styles of music, rock and funk, jumps from emotion to emotion. So hopefully it takes you on a journey of, discovery, joy, heartache, loneliness, and ultimately love, because that's what music is. Music is love. So during the course of the making of this album, there were some pitfalls and some obstacles, but I was eventually able to make my way through them all, culminating in these 12 songs, 11 of which were 100% me, from performance to mixing to mastering, everything. That was one of my goals when I started making music, is I wanted to learn every facet of music, every single one. I wanted to know it all, and I kind of know it all at very small doses right now. So it's really it's really fun. But at the end of the day, I kind of just wanted a place where I could be free of judgment and I could just create. And I didn't even want to limit myself. I was like, I could make a dance album, a rock album, a funk album, a pop album. Like I could hyper focus and go into, target audience and super specialize everything. But I decided to just kind of cut through all that noise and just make what felt right, and know that others will end up loving what it is that I create. So that was the better way to go, in my opinion, even though it might lead to fewer sales because I'm not hyper targeting anybody. But before we jump off, I do just want to do a few thank yous. Obviously, I want to thank my family, Kristen, Ma, Dosi, Poppy, my kids, Julian, Evan, and Joey. I want to thank Elsie and Nick, who are my musical mentors and bandmates, who really taught me a lot about what it means to make music, not even just make like good music, but just how to make music in general. I did learn quite a bit from them. Thank you to all the first round listeners who gave objective feedback in order to really make the album ready for public consumption. That includes some big superstars like Christina, John Thompson, and Joe Quick, who were the three that I bothered the most during that process. What did you think about that? What did you think about this? So there was a lot of that. I want to say thank you to my lovely assistant, Ben, who will be handling the moderation so I don't have to. And as well as everybody from the musician peer support group that's kind of been keeping my nerves down for the past few months, and just keeping me going. It's really nice. I do want to thank my special guests, Hannah, Ryan and Corey, who you'll hear more from during the after party after we're done listening to In My Head. But also, I just want to do one giant, huge, world encompassing thanks to Prince, who, without setting a huge example, I don't think I would be where I am today. So, and with that, I would say let's go ahead and get into the album.